Hello, my name is Mrs. Sylvester and I'm Head of English here at Farlingaye. I'm going to be reading Chapter 3. The car was packed full. Mum shut the door on our old life, the place where we'd lived since she and Dad split up. Mum had been so busy with work that she hadn't got to know any of the new neighbours, and there was no one my age in the street, so there was no one to wave us goodbye. It was just Mum and me. I don't think anyone saw us go. I sat with my head propped on pillows and duvets that spilled from the back seat and watched the landscape change from the grey city streets to flat green fields until at last we were on the motorway, busy with traffic. Mum hadn't said a word. She just gripped the steering wheel and looked at the cars ahead of us. We were stuck in a traffic jam behind a massive lorry that puffed out black smoke. Just stuck, not going anywhere, with thick black smoke all around us. We couldn't move forwards. We couldn't move backwards. It's how I felt about everything. I closed my eyes and escaped into sleep. I don't know how long I'd been asleep, but when I woke, the landscape had changed. There were hills rising up on both sides of the road. In the distance were mountains with clouds like dragon's breath clinging to them. I rubbed my neck and looked over at Mum. Her face had set into a frown. We drove on, through small towns and villages, through woods up onto mountain roads, until we climbed up to the brim of one hill where Mum pulled into a lay-by. Below us, a river flowed across a green valley between the hills. The river got wider and wider as it reached the glittering sea. It was late afternoon, and the low October sun was setting in the west, turning the sea and the river to gold. At the far end of the river, where it opened out into the sea, was a small town, the windows reflecting the setting sun. Smoke drifted from a few of the chimneys. It was so far away from the city, so far away from anywhere. It was a town at the very end of the world. I looked over at Mum again, but she was staring down at the town, a scowl across her face. "Is that where Grandad lives?" I asked. Mum nodded. "I spent so long trying to leave this place," she said, "and now I have to return."